of these days are finding it very difficult wanting to get married because of what they see. Broken homes, all over the places, and become an issue for them. What do you think will make a marriage last? People who come together and say, we want to spend the rest of our life together. What can they do to achieve that goal?
Okay, when you say what can people do to make their marriage last, there's difference between making it last and making it work. These are two different things. You can decide to be in a marriage because of what society will say, or we have people that they still remain in their marriage because of their children, or because of their parents, or even because of their ex. I don't want my ex, to laugh at me. Oh, you are no longer in that marriage, you see, things like that.
Interesting.
So it's not just all about making it last, but making it work. When it works, it lasts. So when it doesn't work, it doesn't last. From my own point of view, for what has really worked for me personally for years now, and the marriage is always like it's new, it's like yesterday. It's kind of thing that when I look back to it, I'll be like, wow, I'm glad I gave that answer yes. No regret up to now for the past 9 years. So one of the things that has worked for me is
a very good man. Very good man.
So he is, yeah. Not just good, he's an amazing soul.
Very amazing.
So one of the things that has worked for me is understanding. When there is understanding in marriage, both of you know how best to do things. In terms of finance, in terms of house chores, in terms of taking care of the kids. Because taking care of the kids is one big role in a family. That should not just be a mother's role or a father's role. All these things, when there is understanding, you will know the part that you can play better.
At any point in time.
Yes. So it's not...
I babysit a lot. A lot.
When there is understanding, you know the role you can play well. So it's not just all about this is a woman's role, this is a man's role,
I like two things you talked about. Number one, you talked about the difference between making marriages last and making it work. I like that. And making it work is different from making it last. And second thing you said that I like is the understanding of knowing where you fit in at every point in time. Whenever I want to talk about leadership at home, I used to tell people that the man alone is not the leader. The woman, there are things that they are best at.
Yeah.
They take the leadership role in those things. I don't like cooking. My wife knows that. That I don't like cooking. When it comes to cooking, you are the leader. I follow. Okay? And because you are the leader, you can even order me to do the dishes as you are cooking. I will gently do it because I cannot cook. I can babysit very well. I'll be babysitting while she cooks. That is how to create balance. In a Twitter post, someone tweeted that the guy was sitting in the sitting room watching football match with his friends, and the wife just came out of the kitchen and said, "Oga, please come and grind this tomato. I want to blend. There's no blender. Please come and go to Mama Risi's place and grind this tomato for me." In the presence of his friends. And they were asking the men, how would you handle such situation? And I was like, you do not have a blender in the house. Since you want to play gender role, your wife's role is the kitchen. That means your role is to be the provider, the protector. Then it is your responsibility to make everything available for her to play her role. If you get angry at that point, yes, we could say that the way she presented it in the presence of your friend is not proper. But probably she must have been telling you all the while that, bro, the blender is bad. What do we do? And you, who forms to be the oga and the provider, have not been able to provide the blender or to provide something else that could handle that.
It also depends on the kind of relationship the wife has with the husband and the husband's friend. Me as a person, I can be the one cooking. Maybe for example, everybody needs to eat bread and egg and tea, including my husband and his friends. I can pack all of them together and be like, oh yeah, you guys come and go and buy bread. The egg is ready. And they'll do it. So it also depends on the way you present it.
It's what you are saying in essence that I really like again. You are saying that you should also be a friend to your husband's friends.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when you are a friend to them, there is that mutuality between all of you. You are like a wife to all of them.
Also, when you are a friend to your husband's friend, you know, it won't be difficult for them to come around. It will be fun because you guys are friends. Another point of making your marriage work.
Talking about friendship, I see that also as a very good strong point on how to make marriages work. Yeah. Husband and wife must be friends.
Yeah.
I used to talk about this all the time because nothing beats friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
So build friendship even before marriage. But if you have gotten married without building friendship, then build it. It is that important.
I advise you build that friendship before marriage because that's what will make it last. Because how can you get married to someone that is not your friend in the first place?
And that is why some people have bestie outside their spouse.
Marriage. Please don't tell your bestie
don't
what
even have.
You cannot tell. For those that have it, don't tell that your bestie what you cannot tell your husband or your wife.
If you are not yet married and you have a bestie, marry the person.
Because that's the person that you are fond of and that's the person you understand.
Yes, you already have the bond, you already have the love, the connection, the friendship, the understanding. Marry that person.
First thing that has really worked for me was the understanding, then trust. Trust is another thing. You know, no matter what a friend or a family member tells you about your partner, you should be able to know if that thing is true or not. Then you should be able to have that kind of relationship to talk to your partner about it. When there is trust, your partner will not take it personal. So talking about things too is another thing that can make marriage work. Don't keep things under the carpet, or keep it within yourself and start keeping grudge.
I am a preacher of communication because that is the only way that understanding can be built. When something happens and you communicate it, and even during love making, then how to communicate. If she's not doing it well, she does it very well. But if he or she is not doing it well, talk. Let them know how best you want it.
Let there be pre-sex communication, production communication, post-production communication.
Amen. I like
it's very important.
And I like that.
Yeah, so it's part of what makes marriage work.
Right. So communication is very important.
Yeah.
In every aspect of that marriage. I don't think we'll be able to exhaust everything that works for a lasting working marriage. We can't exhaust this today. Probably we'll come up next time to talk more about it and look at other aspects of what makes marriage work. Thank you.
See you. Bye.